In this video, we are going to be going over the directions for how to create a folder in Google Drive that you can use to distribute materials to your classes. This folder is going to be a read-only resource that you will be able to put your materials in and all of your students will have access to. Now, the students will be able to make their own copies, will be able to look at notes, will be able to see the different things you put in there, but they will not be able to make changes. This is going to be much easier than posting individual assignments on a web page or sharing them on a server. To begin with, what you are going to need to do is to open up your Google Drive account. Now, as you can see, I have mine open. What I need to do now is to create a folder. Now, if I look under my drive, I already have a number of folders created, but I'm going to create a folder for my class. So I'm going to hit create, and let's just pretend this class I'm going to teach is going to be biology for 10th grade, and I'll just call it Biology 10. Now I'm going to create that folder. It appears over here on the left hand side. If I would like to customize the look of that folder, I can select this little arrow here and change the color. Maybe I'll pick a green color. Now this is only the color that it appears on my screen, and this just helps me differentiate it between some of the other folders I have. Now this folder is ready for me to start using. I can start saving files, dropping them in here, and it is ready to go. Now the problem right now is that it is not shared. If you look at the folder itself, you'll see that it's a solid green color. There is no silhouette of a person. If you look a couple folders below, you can see my Common Core Standards folder has what looks like shoulders and a head. That is the Google symbol to show that your folder is shared with other people. Now, what I'm going to do with this folder is I'm going to share it. To do that, I merely go over to the right hand side of this drop down and I click on share. Then it brings up another share menu. When I click that share, it brings up my sharing settings for who can see this folder. Now this is where you need to think about how you want your folder to be accessed by people. Right now, there's a link that is set to private and there's only one user. You may start entering student names to give them access to this folder, and in our system at school you just start typing in a last name and it'll show up. If I start typing in Hoeksprung, I see my name pop up and any other Hoeksprungs in my contact list. I could also type in any names. If I type in Smith, I see there's some other Smiths here. I could easily add their names to my list and they would be able to access the folder. Another way you could do this is to make it easier. You could use a Google form to collect all of your email addresses and then copy them from a spreadsheet and paste it here. You could also have a spreadsheet open on your computer. Have your students rotate through typing in their email addresses, and once that's done, you'll be able to highlight, copy, and paste a whole list of email addresses and put it under the Invite People section, and they will have personal access to your folder. Now remember, this folder right now is set to Can Edit. Before I share it with anybody, I would set it to Can View so that this becomes a read-only resource. People can see anything that's in it, but they can't edit it. Now, whoever you add to this will not be able to see any of your other files. It will just be the files within this folder, so you can easily control that. If you would like this to be shared a little bit more generically, say on your web page, what you can do is come up to the private area, click Change, and under the visibility options, you're going to click Public on the Web and Save. And notice it says Can View here as as the access indicator. It says Can View to describe what kind of access people on the web will have, so they'll just be able to see your materials. They will not be able to change them. So if I click Save, this is now public on the web. It gives me a link to share. I could send this link out. I could post it on my web page. I could tweet it. But anybody clicking this link will then be able to see the contents of the folder. What this is going to do is this is going to eliminate the need for you to individually share each document. If you open up a document for notes or a presentation and you're going to share it individually, each time you're going to have to type in those addresses or paste that list of addresses. By creating a folder that is shared to all of these people, it will be easy for you to distribute materials because all you'll need to do is drag that file into that folder and it will automatically be shared with whoever has access to that folder. The way Google Drive works is if you share a folder to someone, all the contents within that folder are also shared with that person. This is going to protect your originals because they'll be read-only. People cannot change them. And it's going to be accessible anywhere. Students with phones and the Google Drive app on their phone will be able to access notes and whatever class materials you put here anywhere they go. Their home computers, their tablets. It's going to revolutionize kind of the way you hand things out. Now, in order for me to finish up this sharing, I do have to add a name. So I'm going to share it with my personal email account, and that is petehooksprung@gmail.com. I click share and save. He now has access. I click done, and now you'll see the little sharing icon for biology. But when I want to start saving things, I can drag them into my biology folder. So here's a couple of lucid chart diagrams I've created. I can drag those into biology 10, and now those are in there. I can also organize the folder using subfolders. So if I select the biology 10 folder, you notice it becomes orange. That means it's selected. I can create a folder. I can type in unit 1, hit create and share, and that folder is now within this folder, and I can put these materials right within there if I would like. Select, highlight. My stuff is now organized. Now, I can add this folder as I go, so I can make it so that students do not see it. I can also have these things saved in another folder and just add them to this shared folder as I want them to be visible. Or if you'd like your kids to be able to see everything, you can put all your materials right up front. They can browse ahead and see what they're going to be doing. But this is how you create a folder for distribution in Google Drive.